Navigating the Uncertain World You Are Now Living In, published every Tuesday since 2014. In this episode, the guides talked about choose your work carefully. Have you ever had a job where you always wandered off mentally? This is a strong sign that your job is not a good fit for you. So can you recall what your wandering thoughts showed you? This is what you need to focus on, because it's the direction you are being guided to go. To hook into this lucidity, you must engage with it, not just watch it go by. It's not separate from you. That can only happen if you don't take an active part in it. Your ability to identify this and then connect with it is the definition of consciousness. In other words, you caught yourself in the moment. In fact, this is the formula to get you out of anything that stifles you, placing you back on your path. Let nothing get in the way of what your inner wanderings show you. They will be in alignment with your true gifts and talents, but you must write them down. Write them down immediately so you don't miss the details. It's the details that will provide the clarity so you understand how to act on it. Following this formula will encourage you to learn about many things before you ever settle for something that just pays the bills. You did not come here to live like that. You came here already equipped to choose your work carefully so you could fulfill your purpose for being here. So let's see what the guides have to say about choosing your work carefully. And here they go. Time is short. All you have is time. We want you to use your time carefully. When you do that, you choose everything with more thought and feeling. A way to live and work with your talents and gifts. We are here to support you when you ask. You hear us, but when the next thing happens, you forget what you heard. This is why you must write it down as soon as we send it. Write down the details when you have time, but write down the key words to trigger that message. Be ready for our messages to come through at the most the most rare and unexpected times, you can say them out loud until you write them down. This will be your task. It is not difficult. It only requires your cooperation and action. Okay, you guys, none of this is hard. None of this life is hard. We make it hard because we don't listen. We're not listening to the right things. We're listening to the shouting that's coming at us. We're not listening to the whispers. Okay, that's what you need to listen for. Shut this other stuff out so you can hear those whispers. In time, you'll hear the whispers. Even under the worst of conditions, you'll be able to hear your guides. But for now, you need to tune that stuff out, the shouting in the outer world, and you need to start listening and writing it down. It'll happen like when you're driving your car somewhere and you're going somewhere, okay? And you can't write anything down. You're busy, okay? But you can say it out loud and say the keywords so that it's like a dream you want to be able to write it down later, a dream you had. But all you need is the keywords to trigger your memory. And boom, there it is. Same thing with the message the guides send you. The keywords, write them down, jot them down, say them out loud if you're driving, say them out loud and say them out loud. And then when you stop, have your journal nearby. Take this thing with you and jot down those keywords. And later that night or after you're home from work or whatever, and when you have 15 minutes of peace and quiet, it's important that you have peace and quiet. Get your journal back out and write it out. And that's when the rest of this, like I talked about in this video, plays out. Okay, you guys, you've got this thing. You have help. Ask them for help. You are never alone and always being guided.